linked into 300 manufacturers, and they're all linked in via EDI. So I don't really, I do take inventory on some of the items. Like we have about 1 million units in inventory, but most of the items I ship directly from the manufacturer. So we have a whole back-end EDI system that we built that's custom built for us, and it connects to Volusion, and it also connects to a platform called Solid Commerce, which connects me to Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Jet, and other stuff. And I can click in any type of store I want into that platform. And that shop Solid Commerce is clicked into connected to my EDI system that goes out to my manufacturers. So, like this time of year, we're doing 500, 700 orders a day. And on that business, we only have 2 employees.
Oh, wow.
It's my wife and my wife and my best friend.
Oh, that's really cool.
And they happen to be the same people.
Oh, got you. I got you there.
It's highly automated. That's the point. And we don't really touch anything. The inventory gets updated anywhere from 15 minutes to every hour from each one of the manufacturers. We transmit our orders automatically. They send us an acknowledgement. The acknowledgement comes back, and our acknowledgement comes back to verify the quantity and the price quote. And then, if there's a variance, if the quantity that they're acknowledging is different from what's in the original order, or the price is different, it sends me an email which goes into my wife, and then she deals with the exceptions, which we have very, very few, because our stuff's always so automated. And then when it ships, the manufacturer sends me what's called an 810, a special type of EDI record, which has my tracking data in it, and then that automatically pushes the data out to all of the various platforms to say it's shipped on this date, here's the tracking number, and that's done. And then it also records all the expenses, so I can actually see, what my variable expenses are and stuff like that are.
So essentially, you're drop shipping straight from the manufacturer.
On this time of year, everything's coming from our warehouse because it's we're in season. But other times of the years, we'll drop our inventory down so we don't keep inventory on it, and then they'll send it from the manufacturer. So it kind of depends on the time of year, because my dog just came back. Hey, Bodie. It depends on the time of year, but this is our peak season, so we're going to have a lot of stuff in stock. And then when we're out of peak season, we don't keep 20,000 products in stock. We'll ship those directly from the manufacturer.
Right.
And that's more of a time thing, because right now people don't want to deal with delays in shipping or back orders or anything like that. So, right. In fact, this time of year, we have all back orders turned off.
Oh, right.
And other times of year, we allow back orders, and we had to, convince our processor to allow us to charge the person's card and not ship the product. We're one of the very few credit card merchants that are authorized to actually do that. And that's only because our chargeback rate is so low. So out of maybe 100,000 orders last year, we had 3 chargebacks.
Wow.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Wow.
And that was a problem with our credit card processor, because they thought we were not skimming money. We were what is it when the guys launder them? We were laundering money. They thought we were laundering money,
Yeah.
So that was a problem. We had to give them 6 years of merchant statements to say that's our average stuff, and they called our customers and all that other stuff. So that's that, and that we call that the school supplies business.
Right.
And that does really well. But what I'm doing right now, and what where I think Tyrone thought there were some things we should touch base with, is I have Amazon businesses, and we've sold several of these Amazon businesses. But the problem is we get a certain multiple. And the reason we get that multiple because there's no alternate channels that are also we're selling through. And I really want to develop a Facebook channel to sell through using Shopify.
Hold on.
So
you are not running any Facebook advertising currently right now?
None. You love that?
No, that is absolutely blowing my mind right now. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
So I'm not even doing it on the school supplies business. So I mean, I got Facebook pixels. I got tons of pixels. I got a buddy in the teacher space, and he's giving me his retargeting pixels. And he's got a retargeting pixel base of like 1.2 million people, and they're all teachers. So, but we haven't really got into that. We're just getting into that like right now. That's our big thing this year is to go from our existing channels, which is Amazon only, e-commerce only, to now complement it with the Shopify funnel business type of channel.
Okay.
And that's where our big thing is. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to perfect it for my own businesses. And then I want to do is take that model and then go out to all these Amazon sellers that don't have a Shopify business.
Right.
Or if they have a Shopify business, it sucks.
Right.
Like the Shopify carts that we've been testing and developing are averaging with Facebook traffic, 5.8% conversion rates.
Okay.
And this is just in test mode. And we think, and we're now integrating funnel. You're familiar with ClickFunnels, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've developed. I didn't develop it; somebody else developed it, and we're integrating it. Basically, a plugin for Shopify that has the almost identical design and layout stuff that's so beautiful in ClickFunnels.
Right.
But it's got the one-click order, it's got the order bump, it's got the upsell, it's got the downsell. All that stuff's integrated into it. So I'll be able to actually integrate almost a perfect ClickFunnels lookalike into Shopify, and then Shopify is integrated with my West Coast warehouse, which is in Ontario. So they'll do all my pick and pack and stuff there. So, but that's what I'm trying to go to with Shopify. And I'm definitely trying to connect with the people who are power sellers on Shopify to identify more tools and techniques to do that with. And I'm also trying to identify folks that can help me or point me in the right direction for me to short circuit my learning curve on Facebook advertising. So I actually have I'm in do you know Tanner Larson?
Yes. I'm aware of Tanner Larson and
I've read
his
his
book.
Build
I've
Grit
got his
Scale
book. Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times.
All right.
Yes, he's mentoring me, and I'm actually going out to see him on the 23rd for 2 days, and he's basically going to take. He said it's going to. It took him 18 months to learn. He's going to teach me in 2 days for Facebook advertising.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm
Very
really
nice.
stoked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does. He definitely does know his stuff. In regards to integrating like a more of a ClickFunnels approach with Shopify, he talks about it a lot, but I don't think he has any training on how to do it.
Oh no, this is totally new.
Yeah.
He's done it on 3 sites, and I'm putting it on 4 sites right now, and that'll be we'll have it on 7 sites by the end of August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is totally new. This is
Well, in regards to your comment earlier when you mentioned, people who could steer you in the right direction. I mean, I haven't spent millions on Facebook ads. I've probably spent about, 400K, if that, just a little bit over than that. How much have you spent, David?
Just right around 200.
200K. All right. Well, and we've pretty much been able to do well enough, but we depend on Facebook traffic, and so that's why our minds were kind of blown when you said that you're not doing any Facebook advertising. It's like that was one of the questions I had actually for you, like what traffic sources are you depending on?
I spend 100K a month on Google and Bing advertising.
All right. Okay.
So that's where most of my traffic comes. In fact, I had a guy that I hired last year because our business is somewhat seasonal, and he totally screwed it up. And in the business that normally makes like $500,000 a year, lost like 100,000 last year, all because the advertising was screwed up. And I had to shrink the business down to like nothing, and I'm rebuilding it up right now to get it back to where it was. In part because all of my click history, which is important for my CPA targeting in Google, was all out of whack. So I basically had to strip everything down, redo all the campaign, build up the history so that I had good CPA click histories for Amazon's models to work, which was really, that probably cost me $250,000 just to get that done.
Wow. All right, but with all this traffic, you're sending it all to Amazon. You're not sending it to a separate hosted site, are you?
No, all the Google traffic goes to a hosting. That goes to a Volusion site now, which I'm going to migrate over to. I'm actually going to split it out into 2 separate sites. That's my wife. Say hi, hi. I'm going to switch it up to.
Your 2 employees.
How you doing?
Hi.
That's Tyrone. That's I got to hit.
Manny from London in Tampa.
Tyrone's actually from London, but he's like, I think he's a wanted man in London because that's the period of time.
All right, David, you want us to ask some questions? I don't want to take up all the space. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, you were talking about solid commerce and how you have this system split out between selling on Amazon and all sorts of different. I mean, Amazon, and then you said you have your stuff on Walmart and other platforms as well. How is it that you're doing it that way?
Okay, so the way solid commerce is like a hub. Have you ever heard of Commerce One?
No.
All right, so you get the big players like Best Buy, Walmart, all those guys. They use a hub called Commerce One. And Commerce One links out to a number of different players. And Commerce One costs like $50,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
And you ever wonder how Best Buy has 1 million products?
Right.
Or how Walmart has 1 million products? They don't have 1 million products. They just they're hooked into this Commerce One hub, which has 1 million products in it from lots of different vendors. And they do almost identical what I do on EDI. And that's actually, I actually copied a lot of their processes when I built my EDI system. Well, solid commerce is like the same thing, but just a miniature version of it, but it doesn't have any of the vendors hooked into it. So what they do is they need a source for products. So I say, okay, connect to my Shopify store, suck in all of the data, all of the products into solid commerce. So I have all that content. And then they say, oh, you want to put it up on Walmart? Fine, put in your Walmart credentials, and then here's what data are you going to push to Walmart, and then what are the rules that you're going to use to manipulate that content so it's slightly different when you push it up to Walmart. And then you have repricing rules that are all automated at the channel level. So you can say, well, on Walmart, how do I want to price my products? I always price my products based on my cost and the cost of goods sold and the cost to fulfill. So I want to make sure that I'm making whatever sale I make, I'm going to be on a variable cost basis be profitable. So my products and all my content is uploaded from my store, like Shopify. It doesn't have to be that way. You can actually load it up from some data file or some database. I just chose to load it up from a Volusion store. I actually use Volusion here. And then my inventory, all my data sources for my inventory are actually delivered to me via FTP by my vendors. And I set up each one of my vendors in Solid Commerce. And it goes out to the FTP site and it sucks in based on whatever rules I have and imports the pricing data and the quantity data automatically. And then when it sucks it in, if there's a change in either inventory in stock quantity or cost of goods sold, it will then trigger automatically to push that data out to the channel. So it pushes it out to, if it's an inventory change, like my manufacturer says he only has 190 and I show 225 on Walmart, it'll automatically push it out at, whatever the latest inventory quantity is. And this way I minimize out of stock and canceled orders. In fact, I don't have any, it just doesn't happen. And I set my rule that depending on the vendor, and I know their velocities, if the inventory goes below 100, I set on my system that they have 0 in stock. So I have a lot of different rules for that automation in there, and it's it's very, very flexible, but it's very arcane. It took me like 6 months to learn it and figure it out. And then when it comes to Jet, now I have the same rules. It goes up to Jet. If it goes to Amazon, I have the same rules, and I have repricing algorithms. Amazon repricing is a little bit different because Amazon repricing actually looks at if you have the buy box or if you don't have the buy box, and it's designed when you're selling against branded products. So if you're just one seller and there's 10 other sellers, it'll actually do the repricing algorithm based on all the sellers for that ASIN.
Okay.
Since I used to do that with my 20,000 products, and now I shrunk it down to like maybe 1,000 because of profitability issues. But it just runs automatically; it goes out.
And for your vendors, I know, so this is essentially like a drop shipping, but through a bunch of different platforms all at once, and you're using multiple vendors for each one, and it's all based here in the States. What are you using for vendors for that system?
In terms of managing the vendors?
I mean, just for vendors for sourcing the products.
What do I use to source the products? I just I use Solid Commerce for the school supplies business.
Mm-hmm.
So any vendor that I can get an inventory feed is integrated into that system. And then what happens is when I have
all these vendors are already in Solid Commerce, or
no, I had to put them in. I had to put them in one by one, and I have rules too. For example, I have rules that say if it's this SKU, I may have multiple sources for that same product.
Okay.
And my rule says take it from this source first. If it's out of stock, then get it from this source.
Oh,
right. So you
okay.
plug in like a vendor like Staples or something to that effect, or Overstock.com.
Staples is actually one of my customers. So this business is actually a consortium. It's a consortium drop company, and there's a group of us that principally own it, but we also allow other people who are not owners to sell our inventory. So Staples, Office Depot, I don't even know if some of these companies are still in business. Office Depot, it's not part of the business I'm part of. There's some other ones. Staples, Office Depot, there's a whole bunch of big school supplies. I have a lot of competitors that are also my customers. I don't care. I'm going to make money on it whether I sell it at retail or if I sell it at wholesale.
Right.
But I use Solid Commerce, and Solid Commerce I think is relatively cheap. It's like $280 a month plus 1% of your sale. So for me, that works out fine because my business is, remember, I don't have an office. I run it out of my house. I buy all my products as I need it. I have no investment in inventory. I have my shipping and my fulfillment costs are all variable. So my business is really structured as a variable cost business. The only things I really has as fixed cost is my $280 a month for
platform, yeah.
For Solid Commerce. I have a dedicated server at Volusion, which is another $400 a month. I have Go Data Feed for some data feeds that I use. That's like $135 a month. I think I have my fixed costs are less than $1,000 a month in this business.
And so you're just using Solid Commerce just for the school supplies and office supplies type.
Right now, and that's just because we did it several years ago. But the whole idea of automation was to use certain platforms. There are now my e-commerce site. I actually don't run any of my business that goes directly sold on my e-commerce site through Solid Commerce. I do a direct EDI interface with that because I don't want to just pay them 1% on sales that
Right.
Yeah.
I'm more than willing to pay them 1% because they're the ones that basically are enabling me to be in Walmart and all these things with just like all I have to do is enter my credentials, identify the products I want to push to it, and it's done.
All right. So with the products that you're pushing on there, I think I'm still a little bit confused. So you're still drop shipping and have this all automated through Solid Commerce, putting it on Walmart, Etsy, or I'm not sure if you're using Etsy, but Walmart, Jet, and Amazon. So what it comes back to the question I was having before, as far as when you're actually finding these products to source them, what are you using for sources of the products?
The school supplies business I've been in that business since 2008.
Okay.
So I would go to a trade show. It's done once a year. It's basically all manufacturers that produce things for the teacher industry.
Right. Okay. They're working with the manufacturers directly for each sale that comes through.
So we have a vendor list of 300 vendors, and we may add like 20 to 50 new vendors a year, and we'll get rid of like 20 to 50 vendors a year.
Okay.
And either they go out of business, or they get shitty products, or they get bad customer service. They create too many if they're a hassle, they're gone. If they have when we bring them in, we won't do anything with that. Somebody who has map pricing. If they have map pricing, we're done with them. We just don't really want to deal with those hassles.
Right.
What do you mean by map pricing?
Minimum advertised price.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's not profitable for you guys, then you just move on instead of trying to haggle.
Because all I get phone calls. Your prices are not on map. I don't need this shit. I got 26,000 products. Why do I need to deal with your three little pansy ass products?
Yeah.
So do you run any? I know you run Google Ads. Do you do any off-site retargeting? Do you use any applications for off-site retargeting, like trying to get people to back to the site after they've visited?
We use Klaviyo.
You use Klaviyo for emails.
For our email event card, email sequences, product of the month, that type of stuff. And we also have that incorporated that is some retargeting. We don't do too much retargeting. Like right now we're doing retargeting.
Okay.
And take a guess how my pixel age is in Google.
Well, you said 2008, so.
You can set your pixel age in Google from 0 to 540 days.
Oh, right.
What do you think my pixel age is?
You can set it to 540 days.
Yeah, so you could basically set a pixel of somebody who visited your site 540 days ago.
I would assume probably in the last 30 days.
540 days.
Oh, you
I was gonna say 2 years.
Yeah. So I wish I could do 2 years. That'd be 720 days.
Yeah.
I would love to do 2 years, but the reason I do this is because I have a seasonal business. Right. So right now
that makes sense.
My retargeting stuff is very profitable, but outside of this time right now, it's not profitable.
Okay. What platform do you use? I mean, for example, like Perfect Audience is out there. I mean, do you use something like that for the retargeting?
I rarely use Google because the only ones that will give me the 540-day pixel.
Oh, it's Google then. Oh, okay.
Perfect Audience, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook's 180.
Yeah,
180,
my customers are. It's problematic. I think we don't do a lot right now on Facebook. I think we could do a lot with custom audience and stuff because we have their phone number, their email, their physical address, and we NCOA that and we append data to it. So I think my retargeting audience on Facebook, because I've loaded that stuff up there on Facebook, is like 200,000 people I could be retargeting.
Right.
But we just, I don't have the Facebook skills yet.
Okay.
And I was looking for an easy way for me to learn that. I could figure it out, but it would probably take me a year to figure it out.
Yeah. No, it'll be less than that. It'll be less than that. There's more than enough courses out there. I mean, obviously,
Uh,
yeah, if you went through the
There's a lot
courses,
of free content now.
yeah,
too.
but there's also a lot of free content out there, so you would figure it out a lot quicker than that. Um, in regards to your Google advertising, I'm guessing you've obviously hired someone out to do that, or are you doing that yourself?
I'm the marketing guy.
Oh wow, okay. And
I'm the
did
marketing
you
guy.
just figure out Google Ads by yourself, or did you like go through some courses and stuff? Figure because I've never
Uh,
done Google Ads before or Bing Ads.
Google Ads. I've been doing Google Ads since Google didn't exist. I started out with Overture.
Overture, okay.
So that's going to be Overture. Um, was the original pay-per-click ad platform in 2000, in the year 2000. And then Yahoo came out. And then after Yahoo came out, Google came out, and believe it or not, I couldn't get Google to work. This is before Google even did their IPO.
All right.
So there's a lot of things so I have a dedicated Google rep who every time some new thing comes out sets me up to do training and gets a trainer on the phone with me and takes me through the training on it. So like right now I'm doing a lot of dynamic retargeting.
Right.
EPAs, yeah.
And because I didn't do it last year, I'm just learning it, and this is our season. This is the time to really figure it out.
All right. With Google, I've always been in the midst of like a lot of scarcity mindset talkers out there because they say Google's too expensive to run ads on. If you've got a product, what would you say the lowest margin would be to even like attempt to do a Google ad? So let's say if something was worth, because on Facebook, for example, we don't try and, well, me personally, I don't try and run any ads to anything that's gonna have. I'm looking for a 4-to-1 for a return. So I buy it for $5, I sell it for 20. Yeah.
The type of ads I run are going to be product listing ads with dynamic product listing ads retargeting. So I'm not running like a search ad or a display ad.
Oh, right.
I'm product listing ads. So remember, I have a database of 20,000+ products.
Right. Gotcha.
And then what I use with like Go Data Feed is it's a rule-based engine. There's rules for each category to optimize each product.
Oh.
All right. So it's I want to say it took me 3 weeks just to write the base set of algorithms to automate that. And then we optimize, and then it sends the data out to Google, and then it's just based on price, really. Whoever's got the best price. Now again, I have no overhead, so I'm really price competitive.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So
I don't have a warehouse behind my back.
all right. So those product listing ads you're running into Google are working off the algorithm you've created with the feed. So what if someone, a regular Joe comes along and wants to do something like you're doing, but with their Shopify store, but they don't have, algorithm skills? Could they just run regular product listing ads? Would there be like a minimum, like?
The thing with Shopify is that the micro data that you need to have to be able to do, a product listing page has microdata on it. You familiar with microdata?
A little.
Okay, so microdata will be in the source code. It'll say price. It'll say quantity. It'll say availability. It's not displayed on the page, but it's
in
on
the code.
Page. It's in the source code.
Yeah, in the code.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Google actually inspects that every day.
Oh.
And it compares the data on your product site to the data that's in your product feed. And if they're not the same, they'll send you messages that you're out of whack. All right. So now let's take a step back. So Shopify never worked for product listing ads because the themes that you could use didn't have microdata in there, and I would have to custom code the microdata. All right. So it was really problematic. They've really improved their data, so now you can use the microdata is actually on most themes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so to do product listing ads with Shopify, you have to make sure your theme has all the microdata that's available. So that's like part A. And then once you have that, you can add, like I have one website where I update my product listing data through a Google spreadsheet. Because there's only like 10 products on this website, so I just have the prices in there, and that's what Google uses for as the product feed. And then the one that has the 26,000 products, it's a little bit more complicated. I have to do something different.
Oh, okay.
I need an engine to do that.
All right.
So depending on how many products you have, you could just, let me see if I can come up with, I'll get you a link for that. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Google Sheets. Yeah.
Just when I use restroom.
Okay, I see that link.
Okay, so this is like the cheapest way to get into it. You go into your merchant account, and you have to register a feed, but you can actually use a Google Sheet. You don't even need. I mean, it's actually really cool.
Oh, okay.
And it's really easy. The process is you get a Google AdWords account.
Right.
Then you get a Merchant Center account, and you get a Google Analytics account, and then you link all three of them together.
Okay.
And then once you link all three of them together, then you get your Google Analytics data onto your website. You validate that you own the website for the Merchant Center, and you validate that you own the website for Google AdWords, and then you go into Google AdWords, and then you enable all of them together. And once that's done, then you just put your data into your feed, and then Amazon will come and visit it. In my case, they're visiting my site, a lot. Oh my gosh. They visited a lot. So, and then you're able to start marketing in product listing ads. But let's do motor. Let's type in motorcycle helmet here. Motorcycle helmet. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Okay.
I want to share. Come on. Share screen. Okay. See my screen?
Yeah, it's coming on live. Yep. See your screen now. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, still loading for me.
Oh, he just had a low battery pop up.
Yeah, I think his laptop died, or probably on the laptop. I think that died. But man, is that he's definitely David. No Facebook ads, dude. That's insane. That is insane. To be doing that volume there.
What really amazes me too is that he's only doing this solid commerce deal, this gig with just office supplies or school products. I'm surprised he's not doing that with a lot more niches.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's his main niche, and that's probably keeping him quite busy as it is. But he could, I mean, what he's just done there, he could just multiply that into other niches and like just clean up even more. But
yeah.
But hey, I mean, that's a really good idea. I'm definitely going to look
Very impressive for no Facebook ads, because Facebook ads is the number one freaking advertising.
And it's the cheapest way. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Hello, babe. Yeah, I am. What's up? But you gonna be sleeping? You sleeping now?
He's a very sharp guy, Daniel. Very sharp guy.
Baby?
Yeah, I can tell.
He's doing stuff on a very advanced level. So okay, I think he's.
I told you I'll have it for you next week, though.
Yeah, he just put a message in this
it's-
little thing, ran out of battery. He'll be
How
right
much
back.
you need? My card, you can only get like 4 from my card in one day. But you'd have to come and get the card. I can't do it from here. It will take 3 days. In that way, I'd have to go to the bank and withdraw it.
I'm back, guys.
Your video's cut off.
Yeah, I'm just.
Right.
I'm just getting everything back to where it was.
No worries, man. He's on the phone for a quick minute with his wife.
Gotta do that thing, man.
All right. I'm gonna be a while though, but I'm gonna call you back.
It's his partner.
All right.
Yeah, I had to get my power cord.
Yep. All good, buddy. I need to grab my power cord too. Phone's out, nearly out. Okay.
Okay, so we should be ready for you to share your screen now, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Don't let me know when you see it.
Yep, we see it.
Okay, so I basically typed in motorcycle helmet,
Right.
and this is what Google shows. This is TLA data, Google shopping data.
Can you type in half helmet, half motorcycle, half helmet? Sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah, helmet.
Oh, right. So those are the guys on Bonanza, Lever Up, Interpol. Those will be the guys. That's pretty much my competition there.
Right, but you notice that 59, 54, 189, 349, 49. So there's a lot of people that are going to buy right from here.
Right.
There's other people that are going to go into, and I don't really know the stats on this. They're going to go into shopping. See shopping here.
All right.
You notice some of these were on that first page. And
Right.
now you have all of these. So if your price point is not competitive or your images are not compelling enough, because the only thing that you really have is the image and the price here.
Right.
And then this product is sold by multiple people. So when you go into it, it's going to list all the different places you could buy it at.
Right.
And my guess is that this guy happens to be, this is his website. It's probably the same guy on Jet. Let's go take a look. He just paid $2.50. It's RS helmets again. So you buy RS helmets.
Right.
And we'll go to Walmart.
Yep, RS helmets.
All right. So this guy's a fucking idiot. Because what is he doing? He's basically putting it up on Jet and Walmart, right? And on his own website. So if someone buys it from Jet, he's going to pay Jet's fees. Jet paid the advertising expense here for sure. Maybe he's not an idiot. Maybe he's smarter than me. No, but here, Unbeatable Sale. I almost bought this website.
Oh. Right.
But these are all different channels. This is the guy's website. RS Helmets. This is probably the original OEM if it's a manufacturer. I don't know. Could be private label. But these are all channels he's on. Bonanza, Oh wow, this guy's really. Oh my gosh. So, all right, so let's look at this. So, RS Helmets is selling this on Jet. Okay. Then they're also wholesaling it to Big Time Battery. They're wholesaling it to Unbeatable Sale. They're also wholesaling it to Backup Dog. They're also wholesaling it to Tech Express, and we already talked. They're wholesaling it to Unbeatable Sale. Unbeatable Sale has it listed on Sears and Walmart. So he's like all over the place. Jets, they got their seller rating. That's good. And then they're all are pretty much the same price. But that's when you're selling a branded product and you're wholesaling it to lots of people. If you were, let's see if we can find one. 11 stores, 2 stores, 2 stores, 3 stores. Here, this one. So this would be something that would look like one of mine, where I'm not selling it to anybody else. This is just my store.
Right.
Yep. And that's what it would look like.
Right.
And then this is the whole feed thing. And all you have is your image. You only have one image.
Okay.
And your title. This has your keywords in it for the product, and then your description basically has all your other keywords in it. So here they could have had half helmet or whatever it may be. But they're really good. Oh my gosh, they're good. We put in half helmet, and I don't see half helmet anywhere in this description anyplace.
Yeah, I see half head right over just underneath where it says Revzilla, but that's it.
Yeah, half head. So they're Google's really good at semantic data. But that's a PLA ad.
All right. Product listing ad. So this place is like where the this place is where the millions are running through.
Yeah, so this is for my school supplies business. This is 100% of my revenue right now.
Okay.
So
For those, you're just shipping them directly from the manufacturer, right?
Oh, they'll go from direct from the manufacturer. Depends on price point and lots of other stuff. It all varies.
Okay. Well, is there anything you'd like to know in regards to Facebook ads? I know we we wanted to know so much. I think it's time for us to balance things a little bit more now and give you back some value. I mean, I've been running ads on Facebook since it's not been that long, 2015, and I'm pretty sure I'm good at it at this point because I'm still going, and nothing much has changed so much since then.
What do you use to scale your Facebook ads?
I like using manual bidding. And I like to just increase the budget instead of doing the duplicating. Like, loads of people talk about strategies like you duplicate the ad sets. I like to just switch over to manual bidding and increase the budget. And all I'm doing is just making sure that I'm getting a good velocity of sales, and my CPA is as low as possible. It holds at a certain point, and I'm profitable at the end of the day. That's pretty much it. And I will spend as much as I'll put in. Like if I'm putting in $20 and I'm getting $100 back, I'll try and keep that going as long as possible. When it comes to the ads, yeah.
And do you set retargeting pixels? Do you do it through a funnel, or how do you do it through a website?
I'll go straight to to Shopify store. Straight to the product page. Yeah, so the ad will have the link to the product page. So when someone clicks the link, it takes them straight to the product page.
Okay.
And the conversions happen there. And then retargeting wise, I run retargeting inside of Facebook, and then I do dynamic retargeting with product DPA ads, which is dynamic product ads for Facebook only. All right.
Yes, that's just like a PLA.
Yeah, just like PLA, but it shows up everywhere. It'll show up in the newsfeed. It'll show up in the right-hand column. It'll show up in that smaller space down at the bottom to the right as well. There's two different areas, and it'll pull the images from the site as well. So it just handles all of that, and it will work off the person's actions and what product they viewed last. So it doesn't matter if I've got a general store and a bunch of different products. It will show them based on what they viewed last, and then if that product is inside of a collection group of products, then it will show those other similar products to try and get them to click and come back. And I usually, what I use to bait them in is usually like a coupon. I'll say, get 10% off, come back. We know you visited our site, you didn't complete your order, come back and get 10% off. Something along those lines, use that kind of copy. But what I've seen that's done the best on Facebook is video ads. So, photo ads do really well, especially with t-shirts and hoodies, those kind of physical products, they do really well. But with everything else outside of, apparel, video ads is where it's at. There's something about people visually, seeing themselves, holding the product or using the product that triggers that buyer intent, gets them over to the site, and then, the game really begins there. But, Facebook ads, predominantly, most of the ads are on Facebook ads newsfeed. I've only last month started having success with Instagram, and all I literally did was just duplicate those ad sets, change the placement to Instagram. That's it. So I found something that was working in Facebook. I then moved it over to Instagram and tested it there. It took off, and then I scaled with manual bidding. That's pretty much it.
What are you using? Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry. What did you say?
No, I think that's interesting.
Oh.
So you're the most success with video.
Yeah.
But you guys aren't using funnels.
No.
Have you tried funnels?
David, you've tried funnels, haven't you?
I messed with Zipify, which is a app that Ezra Firestone made for Shopify. So basically, kind of, it's not so much as a website product page listing anymore. It's more of a landing page that you can create a funnel with out of that, and it did increase conversions. I move into funnels after I've proven that the product works with the product page first, just because of time. Because it does take time to put them together. I like launching product after product until I find something that's converting, and then I'll optimize it from there.
Are you sourcing your products off of Alibaba, testing them, and then if they work, then scale?
Well, actually, we use AliExpress.
AliExpress, right?
Yeah, the pricing is a lot higher from there. But what I just did when I was in China last month, or actually a month and a half ago, I worked with a buddy that I had met who knew somebody who has a warehouse over there, because the most recent winning ad that I had going through, I did close to 400,000 in sales off of. And the problem is that when you're using AliExpress for pricing, you're paying Chinese retail price. Still cheap. But if you want to maximize profits, what I decided to do is set up a warehouse in China, so that after I've proven a product will win, I'll go and source the product in bulk, and I'll private label it at the same time. Increase the margins quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that's a little different that we do, that Manny and I do, that I think you're probably focused mainly on United States, right?
Yeah.
With our setup, what we do is we're actually advertising worldwide.
Oh, really? And then you ship from China?
Shipping from China.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did that for a while with a company called Send from China. I just put their link in there.
Oh.
And because I used to be in the fulfillment business and did pick and pack, so I actually went out and I visited a half dozen houses out there and companies, and these guys were by far the best. And their platform was integrated in with Amazon, and I want to say Jet.
SFC order fulfillment.
Yeah, that's the website.
Yeah, it's really.
Let's see, web store integration. Who are they integrated with?
No contract, no setup fee. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to see who they were integrated with. It doesn't really say.
At the bottom, resources web store integration. Let's see here. I might be on the same page you're looking at. Oh, it's up at the top. I see it.
Let me log in. They may have more information here.
Yeah, I see eBay and Amazon is on here. It doesn't say anything about Shopify.
I don't think they had Shopify. Let me just, again, I don't use this anymore. I can't seem to get into it. Let me see if I can see all of what their integrations were. Give me a break. Why is this in Chinese?
Chinese.
What if this is not the right account? Oh, I have 1,800 RMB in here still. Interesting.
Couple $100.
Yep. Why is it not? I'm just making my password and stuff.
You mentioned, sorry to interrupt, train of thought there. You do Google shopping ads. Is that the same thing with Bing as well? So it's Bing shopping ads?
Yeah.
Okay. Bing is a little bit of a smaller pool though. Obviously, Google is a lot more bigger, but I'm guessing Bing would give you some really cheaper click-throughs since there's probably less competition.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of sales through Bing.
Okay.
Oh, you know what it is? Here. I haven't used it in a while since they locked up my account. I can't see it. That's what it is. My account's dormant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I can't see the marketplaces. Here's her. She may not be there anymore. Here's her contact information, if you're interested.
Okay.
But you guys have a warehouse, so you probably don't even need it.
Yeah, I've got like my own contact. I mean, you mentioned Alibaba. All of these helmets you see behind me and ones I got in the other warehouse, they were through an Alibaba rep. So I went to Alibaba because I was ordering, in bulk. So I got a deal there that way. But then now we just communicate through WhatsApp, which is a bit like WeChat. and and I can just talk to her. She works in the factory. She's not the manager, but I get a good deal that way. You mentioned
Well, what
something.
I'd like to do, because I'm just getting up to speed on Facebook, so I don't even know the right questions to ask.
Okay.
But scaling is like the number one question is, I can probably find, segments that work or, but then I have to scale. And that scaling process is, where you're going to make money.
Right.
So, I'm going to do this training thing with Tanner in a couple weeks. And I'd love to be able to come back to you guys and do another session and just say, hey, this is what I know, this is what I've done, and actually do some of these, and then have you say, hey, yeah, use these things. And Tanner's going to hook me up with a whole bunch of tools to automate that process. And I think I actually may do it out of his account so that he can mentor me a little bit better.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll just do it on my account and just give him access to it as well.
Right.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing what Tanner has to say as well.
Yeah, but he showed me some tools for working with manual bidding that automatically takes your segments and breaks them into like 13 different bids. I think it was called Connection. Yeah. And then and I was looking at the performance of that, and they worked really, really well to identify performing price points.
I played with that once. It was it's more of a time saver than anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm a marketing shop of one.
Yeah.
Right.
If I could hire a good ad person, I would. If I could hire a good Facebook person, I would.
Same thing as well. I mean, that's what it boils down to. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to give up that control yet. Everything else, though, yes, I'd love to automate everything else as much as possible. But in terms of Facebook ads, I actually enjoy it. Setting up the ads and optimizing them. And I think teaching someone, it'll take a while to teach someone how to do it the way you'd actually want to do it. I'm guessing that's the same thing with Bing and Google shopping ads. Product listing ads, it took you a while to kind of figure it out, and now you do know how to do it. I don't know how that would feel to like have someone else do it, or teach someone else. I mean, how long do you think it would take to impart that knowledge into someone else?
Depends on the person, really, doesn't it?
No, actually, it depends on how many products you have. Like I have, 20 some odd thousand products in 600 categories. Each category requires a totally different algorithm. So, but if you're in one category with one product, it's pretty easy, right? You basically, it's just like you do your listing. You optimize it for the top performing keywords, include that in your description, make sure that it doesn't seem like it's keyword stuff, and away you go. And then it's just your price point. That's pretty much it on PLA. It's really, really, really simple. The problem is when you have a lot of products, then you've got a whole different dynamic, and then you have to now manage, 600 different algorithms, 600 different CPAs, and it's much more complicated. But Google's done a tremendous job with setting up rules. So I basically set them up with the rules engine. That takes time to teach people.
Right.
So, in my Amazon, I actually have CPA rules, and I also have ACOS rules. So sometimes I don't really care about the CPA. I care about is what percentage is it as a cost of my total revenue. So if my target is like 10%, let's say my target's 20%. I want my ACOS to be 20%, average cost of sale. Google has a different measure in there. I forget what they call it, which basically is revenue divided by cost. So I don't like to think of it that way. So I have a custom formula built in Google, and that formula is basically uses the ACOS formula I use out of the same thing I use in Amazon, which is as a percentage of my sale. So if I have, for this product, I know I'm running a 40% margin, I'll spend up to 20% cost of sale. If my product has only a 10% margin, I only want to run it at 5% cost of sale. And so I have rules for every category, because my categories, believe it or not, typically have a very common margin. You know, if I'm selling classroom decorations, I got 60% margin. If I'm selling a bicycle, I have 10% margin. But my price point on that margin is like that bicycle sells for $400. My carpets sell for $400. But I have so that's the complicated part that is really hard. But like, Manny, how many products do you have?
On my general store, 160 probably.
So how many categories are there? Maybe 5 categories?
It's probably a little bit more than that. Probably about 12.
Right.
Yeah.
You could do this with your eyes closed.
Right.
It wouldn't be that hard, and it wouldn't take that much time. It'd take you like an hour to set each one up and set the rules up in Google.
Right. And this will be using Google AdWords, right?
Right. So Google AdWords has rule-based bidding.
Okay.
And that's something that came out like 2 years ago, and they really perfected it. And again, I put in my custom formula for ACOS because that's how I think of things.
Right.
All right. I don't think of things in terms of revenue per dollar spent.
Okay.
I think of things in the context of cost, advertising costs as a percentage of total revenue.
Right. So how do you scale with Google AdWords? Do you do it? Is it similar to what I mentioned in regards to Facebook, as in just bumping budgets up and saying, "Hey, I want to spend this much today," or do you do it over like a period of time? Because I've never looked at the dashboard of AdWords, so I don't really know too much about.
So the way I scale is by having more products.
Oh, okay.
So I look at what my conversion rates are. My conversion rates are really low. Sometimes I'll just turn off those products because I just don't want them to impact my account. So you really can't scale by just spending more money on Google.
Okay.
Because you've got so many competitors. You're gonna get a piece of it. You're not gonna get everything. All right. And the way to get the most share of voice on Google is to have the lowest price and bid the highest amount of money. And those don't quite work together, do they?
No.
Right? So the only way I can scale really is having not 100 products, but having 20,000 products.
Gotcha.
That's how I scale on Google. There's folks that have high margin products that can do really well. But their cost of goods sold, their advertising costs could be like 30-40% of their selling price. But they gotta be having really good margins.
That makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I mean, I have a product that I have huge margins on. I only pay like $1 for the product, and I sell a lot of it on Google. But that's just one product, and it's unique. All the other people they're selling an OXO brand product. So that means they're paying wholesale cost. They're not paying China cost.
Right.
So their price is their cost is 5 times higher than mine.
Wow.
And so it all depends on that who you're competing with in that share of voice. Whether it's a branded product who is basically reselling it through other people, or whether it's an individual like a private label person. And there's not a lot of private label sellers on PLA. Very little.
Gotcha.
So, but I'd love to be able to come back to you guys and kind of, once I have a better idea on Facebook side, and my strategy is, I got the Amazon piece down. I need to get the Facebook side so I can use it to drive traffic to Amazon for ranking, and also drive traffic to Amazon for sales, and then traffic to my website for selling. And if I can do that, then I can have more of a balanced type of channel. And then when I sell the business, I can sell it for a multiple 4 to 5x instead of 2 to 3x.
Right.
And if I can,
Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
and if I can get that process systematized, I can then go out to a gazillion big Amazon sellers and say, listen, I'm going to put up this Shopify store. You're going to give me X percentage of the revenue plus a share of the business, and we're really going to take your company and sell it in 12 months for X. And we've done that before with Amazon businesses, where we go into an existing Amazon business, we optimize their listings, boom, they're doing 100% more in sales. Then we optimize their rankings, boom, they go up another 100% in sales. So they're going up like, their sales are going to be like 3 times higher than when they first started with us, and they give up a whole bunch of equity in exchange for us growing their business. They still have a big piece of the pie, but it's a really much bigger pie.
Right.
And then I can leverage Tyrone's networking to find all these guys that would fit that criteria, and Tyrone and I are going to make a fortune.
It's funny you mentioned that. There was a guy actually I was thinking of when you mentioned about the Google AdWords. Because there's a guy who I just connected with not too long ago. He's spending between 7 and 8 figures a month on Google AdWords. So he's a pretty good guy. Yeah, and he's doing. He's actually working with Sylvester Stallone because he works in his own supplements product.
I'm here, guys. I'm listening.
Yeah, he's actually launching his supplements product. So yeah, I'll connect you with that guy. Sure.
Oh, we saw you sitting with that guy when we came out of the garden area, David. Oh, he's cute. Is that a he or she?
It's a he. It's Bodie.
Yeah.
He hates being picked up. This is like sports to him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in trouble. Oh my gosh. He just brought his toy over to play with me. He's like, come on, it's time to play. It's my time. He's worse than my wife.
Hope she didn't hear that.
Yeah.
So why don't we do this then, Manny and David? If you can put your contact details into the chat, and Dan, if you can put yours in, that way you guys can stay connected then and bounce ideas.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I think you said you have WhatsApp as well, right, Dan?
I do have WhatsApp. Let me just see what number is associated with that.
I think I've got you on WhatsApp.
I really don't use WhatsApp too much.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I think because you guys are both in the US anyway, you'd be okay because I use it on the table. Yeah, you guys should.
Yeah, my Skype. I'll edit mine. I'll put my Skype in there too. My Skype is my main.
I think if we just click on your name, it comes up.
I didn't really need to type that in. I could have just we could just click on your name and get it.
Yeah, I put it in there anyway, just so it's there.
Okay. Cool. Well, yeah. I mean, definitely you guys, connect with each other, stay in touch, and just keep each other updated on the stuff that you're working on. And I'm in touch with pretty much all 3 of you guys regularly. So if you guys need me to facilitate anything or set up another meeting or anything like that, just let me know. Or just feel free to set up your meetings when you're all available and whatnot. So
yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and show you one more thing.
Okay.
I haven't tested this yet. I got it for free.
Okay.
Mike Long over at OMG got it for me.
Right. Oh my God, machines.
One man gang.
Zero up. Zero up lab.
Zero Labs, yeah. So this was, I think they're selling this for like $1,500, whatever. But you basically, you add it in as an app to Shopify, and it has a built-in funnel builder. And I don't know, I haven't done it, but it looks pretty cool. It's got training in there, all kinds of stuff, but the funnel builder, when they gave me the demo, you could do most of the things that you could do in ClickFunnels.
All right.
Yeah, the one that I'm going to be using is actually a closed beta program.
Okay.
Only because it's what Tanner knows, and he's going to integrate it all for me.
Right.
But this is one that's it seems pretty decent. Zero Up Labs.
Right. It looks. It looks pretty cool, but obviously one would have to test and go through it to work it out. What you will get with Tanner is he's very big on never sending traffic to a Shopify store. Send it to a funnel. Send it to a funnel. The conversions will be higher, and it's true they will. But they see the problem is, especially for me, is like I want to use Shopify payments. So, and no one's really created anything that kind of like syncs in with Shopify payments as the gateway at the end.
This one, Zero Up, syncs in with Shopify payments.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
So
and the
one.
new one that Tanner's building into my new sites syncs with Shopify payments.
Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, because currently now all the things that are out that do the one-click upsells and stuff, they don't sync, like Zipify pages. You know, well, not Zipify pages. David, is Zipify pages does that
One click upsell, I think is
OCU? Yeah, same person, Ezra Firestone. OCU doesn't.
Yeah, so Zipify pages, it just makes a page within your Shopify store that essentially it's just a landing page. You can make a funnel out of it, but essentially what it does is it just replaces your product page with a landing page, where it's not going to have, all these different places that somebody can click off, like go into your browsing your catalog or whatever. Basically, just gives them the option of add to cart or get off the page. And it's just add to cart, then it continues the process of going to the cart, checkout, and then upsell.
Now, right, what we want to do is the perfect scenario is have the one-click upsell offer show after they've checked out, because that's a lot more powerful, and you can get them there because they're really, they've already made, they've already taken the action, and they've got the buy intent is already concluded. So you hit them while they've got the credit card out, rather than try and upsell them on the add to cart page, which is what a lot of these upsell apps, the plugins that do. What we want is the same effect that we get with ClickFunnels, where they buy through. The next page is where they can then you just one click choose the offer, click on to go forward with the offer, and then that adds it to the checkout. There hasn't been that many. I mean, outside this piece of software you just shown, the only other way to do that would be OCU. But again, OCU does not sync with Shopify payments. You need to actually do Stripe on its own. Shopify payments is a joint venture with Stripe, but it's through Shopify's platform, so to speak. If you want to do it, you have to deactivate that and singly add Stripe on its own in there to do it for it to be able to send back the info. I think from the pages or something to do with the checkout slug being not being able to catch on. I don't know the technology behind it, but I just know you can't do it with OCU. If you want to use something like Cart Hook, which is like $300 a month, does the same.
I've seen Cart Hook, and that's what Tanner was using. And this new thing, it's called Funnel Builder 2. I sent you a link to, and has some videos on it.
Oh.
That's the new one that basically obsoletes Cart Hook and
OCU.
One-click upsell, and also obsoletes ClickFunnels, and the Funnel Builder interface is supposedly identical to ClickFunnels.
ClickFunnels. Okay. See, so everyone's, we all like the knowledge that running your offers through like more of a funnel base where they have zero distractions. There aren't any, buttons at the top. They can only take one action, as in move forward and buy or leave. So 2 actions. So either move forward or leave is obviously where the highest conversions are coming from, and it makes sense. But the technology hasn't got there yet. I mean, obviously everyone's still scrambling around trying to. I think Matt Stefanik released something else similar to these other apps that have popped up that sync in with One Click Uptell. But thanks for sharing that. I will check that out and see.
Yeah, so I'll have my new sites up probably by the end of the month with this funnel builder built into it, and they'll be all Shopify. So we're building. I think we're going to build out 5 of them. I don't know if all 5 of them will be up, but maybe towards the end of this month, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll have some test results in it, and we'll see how it's doing. And then one of the things I'm looking for is I'm part of his Black Label Mastermind.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And it's really gotten me a lot of good information, a lot of good context, and there's a lot of Ninja Facebook folks in there. But I would love to get some more power players into that group.
Right.
There's only like 4 or 5 of us that are power players in there. But I don't think anybody in there is doing less than $500,000 a month on Facebook selling.
Right. Nice.
But some of them are doing really basic stuff.
Right.
So,
I got one more question, right? In regards to when you were drop shipping from China, or when down season occurs and you start drop shipping from China, what shipping services do you use? Because I heard that there's people in that group of yours, Black Label, that have some kind of proprietary service where they can ship stuff from China to the US pretty fast.
You know what? I'll ask. I don't know. I haven't. I'm not shipping from China because of problems I had with too many customer complaints, and I was trying to do it for Amazon. So I kind of, I developed it for an Amazon alternative because we were afraid of all the Chinese guys shipping from China, and we need to be competitive. But the way it's worked out is that customers on Amazon, they want that stuff like today.
Yeah.
And if it shows up in 4 weeks, I got cancellations, and then I get complaints that it takes too long, and then I get performance warnings from Amazon, and then they close my account. So
how are you getting? Where are you getting it shipped from then, Dan? Are you doing it domestic US then? Are you just warehousing it?
I just warehouse it. I send it into Amazon FBA. I don't do anything really with FBA.
Okay.
And then anything that I'm doing where I'm shipping direct from a warehouse, it comes out of the warehouse down in Alabama.
That's where we're heading to, David, innit? In 2 weeks.
Yeah, Huntsville.
Yeah.
Huntsville.
Cool.
Yeah. All right then. Well, David, do you have any more questions?
No, not off the top of my head.
Do you guys want to reconnect at the end of the month, or?
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
I'll be open to that. Definitely, Dan.
All right,
Definitely.
and Tara, we'll let you know when we're going to connect, so you can decide whether you want to connect or not.
Oh no, I'll be around. Yeah. We'll
Okay.
connect. All right, then. Good stuff, man. Thanks again, everybody, for getting together and connecting. It's good to see both adding value to each other. So yeah, I'm sure something very good will come from this. So anybody needs anything from me as well, just reach out to me in the meantime.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Dan, for taking this call. Appreciate it. And Tyrone,
Yep,
thanks a lot for putting it together. Really appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. You guys take care. I'll speak to you all soon. Yeah.
All right then.
Take care, guys.
Take it easy. Well, David.